Hello and welcome back to Shakesyear. We are working on the Spanish tragedy, and we get to hear from Hieronimo one more time to finish off Act 2, Scene 5. And this has been a rough scene for him. He was awakened in the middle of the night by the sound of a woman screaming outside, who happened to be Bella Imperia, who just watched Balthazar and Lorenzo hang and stab Horatio to death. But they took her away. So Hieronimo goes outside and he sees his son hanging from a tree. He cuts him down. He's overcome with grief. He has to have the servants convince him that this is actually his son. His wife is out there. She's also overcome with grief. And as they're going through the grief and getting through the denial, maybe to the acceptance, or at least the recognition that, yes, this is actually their son who died, they're now in the revenge frame of mind, the revenge stage of grief, where they've decided they need to figure out who did this so that they can get revenge on said person. And just fair warning, a lot of today's monologue is in Latin, which I do not speak. So this is going to sound terrible and probably has the wrong inflection. But as they're in the revenge set of mind, the wife Isabella is like, all right, let's go find out who did this. You know, time will show us who it is. They can't hide forever, sort of a thing. And Hieronimo says, meanwhile, good Isabella, cease thy plaints, or at the least dissemble them a while. So shall we sooner find the practice out and learn by whom all this was brought about. Come, Isabel, now let us take him up and bear him in from out this cursed place. I'll say his dirge, singing fits not this case. O aliqui mihi quis pulchrum vera educat erbas, misceate nostro ditur medicina dolore. Aut, sici fasunt, anorum obliva, succas. Prabiat ipse metam magnum, quequin por oberem, gramina sol pulchras effert in luminas horas, ipsi bibam quicquid meditator saga venini, quicquid e herbarum vi casea neat nicdit, omnia perpetua lethium quoque dum semina luminis, nostra in extincto moratorium pectoris sensus. Ergo tus oculos nunquam me vita vedebeo, et tua perpetuas seplevit luminas hominas. Emoria tecum, sic juviat ire sub umbras. Altamen absistamen properato sedera litho, ne mortem vindicta tuam tarn nulla sequitur. So, my apologies to anybody that speaks Latin. That was probably pronounced very, very wrong, but the point of this whole monologue, first he's like, you know, Isabella, like, let's put the revenge on pause for just a second and bury our son. I'm going to say his funeral dirge instead of singing it, because singing is not a happy thing at this time. So he launches into the funeral dirge, which talks about, you know, spring grass and letting this medicate our pain and that we can get over it. And the sun shines on the grass, which is beautiful, but I'm in mourning and I'm weeping for all these things, and I can endure it. I can endure death. That's fine, but you're never going to speak. You're never going to see anything anymore. And I'll die with you. It's you know, my pleasure, my gift to be able to go into the shadows with you. But yeah, revenge is not going to, the last sentence, the translation that I got from Google Translate is, no revenge does not follow your death. So I do think that it's interesting that it ends with that. And if it was just no, comma, revenge follows your, no, comma, revenge doesn't follow your death, or something like that, I feel like it would have a slightly different meaning. But yeah, it's they've decided that they want revenge, but maybe it's that they're putting revenge on hold for a minute so they can be peaceful and send their son off into the afterlife without the all of the stuff that goes along with revenge, without all the negative emotions and stuff like that. They want to be able to send him off peacefully, and maybe what that is what that means. But anyway, feel free, if anybody has any greater insight into what this Latin funeral dirge might mean, or what it means in this context, or if you can pronounce it better than I, please leave links in the comments, leave another video in the comments, something. Please make fun of me for my terrible, terrible Latin pronunciation. But I promise we're going to get into more English language monologues coming up as we go, because this is just about the end of Act 2. We're going to have to check in with the ghost and the personification of revenge to see how they're doing before we start Act 3. But tomorrow's monologue is from Act 3. So we now have plenty of people who want to get revenge on Balthazar, and we're going to have to see who gets there first. So anyway, come on back tomorrow for more, and I'll see you then. Mwah.